Goodman, who is pushing for businesses in her city to reopen. This is just a portion of it. Let's listen.
You're encouraging, hundreds of thousands of people coming there in casinos, smoking, drinking, touching slot machines, breathing circulated air, and then returning home to states around America and countries around the world. Doesn't that sound like a virus petri dish? How is that
know
safe?
what it sounds like? You're being an alarmist. I'm not. I've lived a long life. I grew up in the heart of Manhattan. I know what it's like to be with subways and on buses and crammed into elevators. I think you are by saying what you have just said.
So you don't believe there should be any social distancing? You don't believe that this is
Of course I believe there should be. Of course.
How do you do that in a casino?
That's up to them to figure out.
Chinese researchers have shown how this virus spreads. I just want to put up for our viewers. This is a restaurant.
Anderson, you are tough.
No, I'm not
We're
talking.
back to China. This isn't China.
Yeah,
this is Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow. Okay, that's really ignorant. This is a restaurant, and the
that's
yellow circle.
That's
an ignorant statement.
Oh my goodness, Anderson, because what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, as you mentioned in this case, and it was just remarkable that she was calling for casinos there to reopen, but saying it's not up to her to figure out how to do it safely.
Right. Yeah, she actually has no authority over casinos in Las Vegas or what happens on the Strip, but she is, she takes no responsibility. Also, it doesn't seem like, I was surprised, I guess, that she's not really working on testing or contact tracing or doing anything, it seems like other mayors are, to try to ramp up the availability of testing. I asked her multiple times about what specifically she was doing, because she says she talks to Mayor Eric Garcetti in Los Angeles a lot, and that he's a friend, and I have interviewed Mayor Garcetti, and he is working very hard to try to ramp up testing. She doesn't seem to view that as one of her responsibilities, because obviously a lot of governors and mayors and others have talked about testing and contact tracing as being the bridge to reopen.
She seemed just so blasé about the severity of the virus. I noticed when she was talking about the number of people who have died, I think in the state or in the city, it was almost as if she was talking about, well, that's all it's going to be, and she didn't understand that as you open things back up, you're going to have more death.
Well, she also, it was about, I think there's 163 statewide in Nevada. She says about 150 of them are of the deaths have been in Las Vegas itself. But she didn't seem to acknowledge or want to acknowledge that that's a lot of people compared to a city like New York. It's a lower number of people who have died. But you can make the argument it's because of social distancing that the casinos have been closed for a month, that you didn't have a huge number of people. She didn't seem to sort of make that correlation, because if you do believe that, then it sort of argues for, keeping social distancing going until you can figure out a way to ramp up testing and ramp up contact tracing.
What did you make of it when you asked her a very simple question, which was, look, Mayor, as you are saying that people should go back onto casino floors, will you be in a casino every day? Would you do that?
Right. What I asked her toward the end of it, I just said, well, if she's the one saying casinos should reopen, it's time, and let the casinos figure out how to make it safe, but they should reopen. I just asked her, well, as mayor, then are you willing to go and be on the casino floors every night, and as a sign of your support for the people who are working and forced to work there because they're so desperate for their jobs. She did not seem to indicate she would be willing to do that. She said she didn't like gambling, or she doesn't gamble anymore.
Yeah, it was a bizarre answer, to be sure. You have to wonder, as you look at these as you look at mayors, you look at governors, and they're balancing, the potential economic strangulation of their state or city with